you may have picked up some of these instincts from your medical days, you know, like you have to be pacing yourself, going from one patient to the next, and it's similar.
Yeah, there are many similarities, and there are many similarities about even the psychology that you use with your patients, meaning your artists.
Right.
Oh,
right,
absolutely. Yeah.
Sometimes they are your patients, though.
Yeah.
But you know, one can't work without the other. So
No, absolutely.
it's good.
But I meant it in a good way. I mean,
did you?
Yeah, absolutely. But you have to know your patient. You have to know your artist. You know, as a producer or even as an engineer, you have to know who you're working with. Even as a musician, you have to know your producer. You have to know your arranger.
Yeah. Well, it has to be a comfort zone there where you can be honest in that moment.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But you can only be honest in the right dose, and applying the right dose of honesty and the right dose of etiquette by knowing your client, by knowing, okay, they're asking me this. I'm not going to say right now because this other person is in the room.
Yes.
Or it might even be a musician, or it might be even the artist manager, or it might be the A&R person from the label, or it might be even the arranger of the song, the person who arranged whatever.
Yes. Yeah.
You have to know when to wait, when to just, you know, when to even move on. Very often, it's the right time to fight that fight.
Yeah.
I mean, simply not the right time because everybody's exhausted, or people are not everybody's in the same page.
Yeah.
Somebody's fighting one aspect, somebody else is not worrying about that, could care less, and is worried about something else. So you need to know where you stand, and you need to help the artist also pick their fights. And and most creatively, you know, effective with their time and their energy.
I think that even the bass should have more movement, you know, from the very top. You know, it should have more of your place. It's more of a intro soloist type of part to really establish the group, and to tell you the truth, we might not even need the violin in the intro. Let's see, but the Rose definitely.
Well, I was just gonna say it's kind of it's sounding really bluesy or something, and I feel like anything that I add is gonna almost like it's gonna make it more in that direction.
You stated something brilliantly on Pensado's Place, Rafa, where you said if an artist is agreeing with everything you're doing all the time, something is very wrong.
Totally, absolutely.
Yeah.
It was brilliant. I've never heard anybody say that before, but it's like,
It's true.
absolutely.
Yeah.
The moment I encounter a situation where everybody goes for every single idea that you have, for everything, and I came to that conclusion thinking that even sometimes I don't trust myself, not that I don't trust myself, but I don't agree with myself. If I pull out a song in a week, I might have a different point of view, or this, I would approach it slightly different. Maybe knowing this, I'll do this or that. So there is an evolution on the way you approach a project. You start a project with a mindset, and you start changing your mindset as you go on. And when you're mixing a project, we don't have the luxury of time. Very often, we're actually the last step, other than mastering, obviously after us, but that only takes a day usually, or 2 days.
Yeah.
We're the last step of the production. That's where we make or break the record, right? And we have very little time, and we're usually against the wall to deliver. We're always the last step of the chain, and we don't have much time to get acquainted even to the artist's personality, because as you start mixing more and more songs for the artist, you are working on the third, fourth song, you get more acquainted with the artist too. They communicate more. They know how to communicate better with you too.
Yeah.
The conversation is different, and then you discover a new side of the artist's personality and what they truly want and what they truly represent as an artist. So that's when you start thinking, oh, maybe I should change this effect on the vocal. Maybe it's not exactly I could do something slightly different. I could try less delays or more of this or less of that. I don't know, bring it more up front. You start making those changes, which might seem small or minute for most people, but that we do this are huge because they make you feel the song in a different kind of way.
Right.